Here is a showing of the Christmas decorations for Christmas 2022. A little bit more minimalistic than usual, but this was the first Christmas here at this house, so took time to figure out where to put everything and design the display from scratch. And there's also a limitation of the electrical service in this house. So this is what we have. Everything came out absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed the setup this year. Now, starting off in the living room, we have the main tree, which is a live blue spruce tree standing 11 feet tall with 12 strings of C9 incandescent lights on them, drawing about 17 amps of power. Absolutely beautiful. I was a little skeptical when I first set this up about using these lights. I just wasn't sure if I was going to like them or not. But now that it's been here, it's great. I like it a lot. Probably will do the same thing again next year. It's really impressive in person. You don't see too many people using these C9 lights anymore. And there's just so many of them. On the beams we have garland wrapped on either side. In the windows there is the luminaire candles, one for every window. This was a pretty expensive investment, but it was well worth it. These things look great. They're all around the room, especially when all the other lights are off. Really neat. And I'll use those all year round, so they're well worth the money. On the table we have this tree. Over here we have a couple of poinsettias and the Noel candle, which I never did end up getting hooked up. Over here we have a giant pine cone, which I don't remember where that came from. A dog, which I forgot to turn on. The lights stopped working. I gotta fix that. Have a pine cone candle on the table here, which isn't necessarily a Christmas decoration. I got it right around this time. Christmas light pillow. Three giant Christmas lights. C800. The Christmas lampshade. Basket of holly or whatever that's supposed to be. The logs. You can see the outside lights good in here and the icicles. I put the icicles on the back of the house, and people can't say, oh, it's dumb when you put icicles in the back of the house for. Well, because when you're in here, you see them. And it fully encompasses the room. I think next year I might try to tack the icicles along the window rather than up on the peak, because it would look really cool if the icicles were visible all the way around the windows. And I don't think that it would look that bad from the outside if it was just in a straight line. I'm not sure if that's going to be easy to do or not, but that'll be a challenge for next year. Alright, I think that concludes the living room. Now we'll move on to the kitchen. A dog here. And this tree, which I had downstairs at the old house. I think I just got this last year. I had mixed feelings about it last year, but this year I've really grown to like it. There's so many lights, it's full, it's realistic. It's a really nice tree. And then we have the old C9s. These are very old strings that my grandfather gave me. Around the door and the window. And they lead down into the hallway here. You have a little pine tree here on the table. And we have another pine tree over here with some lights on it. And then up here we have the wreath on the windowsill, which might be better viewed with the lights off. We have the wreath with a little angel in the middle. And the window candles. I would have got luminaire candles for here too, but they only had the exact number of candles left that I needed for the living room. Got a poinsettia here on the counter with some ivy. And this tree, which I've had in the bedroom for many years at the other house, serving in here for Christmas. Kind of need something battery operated here. There is power in this island, but it would be weird to have the cord like running across there. It wouldn't work too good. That's the kitchen. And then in here we have these, I think they're supposed to be C6 lights. These are kind of sought after lights. They're mini lights, but they have the plastic cover on that makes them look like they're real old ones. Those are kind of neat. Wish I had more strings of those. And then we have this tree here, which came out really nice. I put 2 strings of C9 lights on there and it looks great. I debated doing the living room tree with these white lights, but I think it would have been too bright. And then we have these goofy light bulbs here on the door. In the bathroom, there's a Christmas tree. And that's it. And again, like in the bedroom here, or in the media room here, you look out the back and you see the icicles. So, well worth putting on the back of the house with the way at least with the way this house is. And nothing in the bedroom. There's that pine tree there, but nothing on there for Christmas. I should have just put a string of lights on there. But again, you can see the icicles, and you can see the fence. Got lights all around the fence. You got the lights on the deck. In this room, we got a couple things here. We have this reindeer pillow that my mother got me. So we have that, and we have that tree, and then we have this tree, which isn't really something I typically use for Christmas, but we'll call it for Christmas for now. And then looking at the front, which is all blurry, I've got to get that window replaced. You can see that tree there, you can see the icicles. And then there's a big blank spot in the front yard. I want to put more lights out in the front next year. One of the icicles broke, but that's all that's going wrong so far, so I can't complain. Alright, now let's go take a look outside. See what we got outside. I was able to fill in the yard a lot more than I thought I was going to be able to. You know, coming from the other place, not nearly as much landscaping here yet. So I was afraid it was going to look kind of bland, but I think it came out pretty good. So we have icicles. Icicles with C9s in the front. And then we have the C9s around the door. And they go down the railing. So that's what that looked like. And then we have in the front the clear C9s on these 3 bushes. And then we have some mini lights over here on these bushes. And then we have some white C7s over here. That one's finna go out any soon. And we have the icicles with the C9s on the front and the C9 frosted lights on the railing. Grab a quick look at the backyard from this angle. Those frosted C9s, those are just fantastic. There's nothing like these frosted C9s. Those are so classic. These have always been my favorite Christmas lights from as far back as I can remember. I think adding the C9s to the roof really adds a lot to the icicles. Definitely going to do that again next year. Just a candles in the windows, and you can kind of see the wreath. Although I guess most of the lights are facing the front. This is what we got over here. We got the red and white lights on these trees, the candy cane trees. This is the neighbor's lights. I really wish I could have gotten more of these. This is one of the very few LED strings I actually like. I would use these all over the yard, but I can't seem to find any more, which stinks. It's very rare that I find LED lights I actually like. Very, very rare. These are pretty decent for LED too. They're not bad. Lights all along the fence. Put them on both sides. Those candles look so realistic. Yeah, I think it would look okay if the lights were just in a straight line above the windows. I gotta design it more to look from the inside, because that's where I'm always looking from. Spend a lot more time looking from the inside out than the outside in. Alright, now let's take a look at the backyard and the deck. C9s all around the deck. Absolutely phenomenal. Cannot beat these Frosty C9s. And we got mini lights all around the fence. And then over here is red and green lights on the fence. Yeah, see how I did right there? I kept it at the window height. I think that's what I'm going to do next year, because that looks better from the inside. Alright, I think that sums it up for Christmas 2022. Really great set of decorations this year. Minimalistic, but we'll have a lot more next year.